Hello everyone, I'm here with a PHAFF 260. It's a really good sewing machine. It had a lot of sticky problems. I don't know what I did with the bag I cleaned it with. Who knows? I had it here for a while because I've been waiting for the lady to send me a bobbin because the bobbin she did give me was too small and would not fit inside the casing. And it would come all and it'd drive me nuts. I tried one of her other metal ones that she had sent me, and they just, I don't know what's wrong with them, but they wouldn't go through the rewind up here, rewind. So I used the plastic one, and it seemed to be fine, and it's sewing great. She couldn't get this knob here to work at all. It would just, get stuck in one or the other. So it would go zigzag or it would go straight stitch. And it was stuck in zigzag and she couldn't get it out and she wanted to do straight stitch. Well, I got this knob actually working now. I got all the knobs working great. They all work. Even reverse is working. The tension's a little tight and it says it's on 1 and 0. Well, because it's the lowest setting and it's really tight. And I can't get it apart. I have a write-up over here. Let me show you. I went online and downloaded the schematics and everything and how to clean this little guy, but I can't get the darn thing off. And I tried, and my hands are just too much arthritis. So I cannot get this little thing off anymore. So I have it on the lowest setting because I'm trying to sew denim. The higher the setting, that seems like the more it breaks. So I'm getting fed up with that. I don't know how to get it fixed. And I sent her husband the information on how to adjust that if he can figure out how to get it off. He can get it off, he can get it back on, but I can't get it back on. And it could be thread stuck in it. I don't know. I can't see in there to see it, to find it. So I decided, well, if it can run fine on denim at 1, right here I have it at 1, then I figured it's probably fine. But other than that, the machine is running good. It was just like it needed oiled and it was kind of sticky, so it wasn't really working properly. And now it's working great. I don't see any problem with it or anything. The only bad thing is I can't drop the feed dogs. I've torn it apart, put it back together, oiled it, tore it apart, put it back together, and the feed dogs still won't drop. So if she's going to do any embroidery or anything and be able to have full control, she ain't going to be able to do that. She's going to have to let the machine and her kind of fight it out trying to get it to do it. So I don't know, and I don't know why that won't work. Now, he got that whole schematics, and it teaches him how to fix everything, but I don't know what's wrong with it. It's just kind of like it doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do. So that's all I know. And I do have, this thing actually is running on the plastic ones, but the metal one wouldn't go even in the machine. There's like a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's a little holder right here. It's a little metal holder. And it goes in that little holder, and that's what makes it spin. If you can't get it in the holder, it won't spin. So, I don't know. I can't get to do it exactly what I wanted to do. And anyway, but it's now working. She wants to be able to use zigzag and straight stitch, and both are working. And you can see on the bottom they are working. So, we're going to turn the machine on. So, this is the button to turn it on. Now, if you have a machine like this and this is working, that is your drop of your feed dogs. Down here is your feed dogs. And this one here is a bottom feed, but it's facing like towards you. And it's hard to get to. I don't know why they slide it this way. I wish it would have slid this way. You can get in there easier. But it's just kind of like that I consider that part poorly made. Because it should have been, this should have been in the front to make it easier to put that, bobbin straight in. But it's really hard to get it in there. And she said the same thing. She didn't like it either. It just doesn't want to go in there. Now, everybody threads the sewing machine differently. I mean, you can do it different ways on this machine. So I'm going to show you how to thread it. This is the way I thread it. I kind of come from the back and I thread it through this hole. Some people would probably thread it through this hole. To me, it doesn't matter. It's gonna run no matter what. It could go in this hole or that hole. I like it in this hole because it's pulling it straight down into itself. And whenever you get ready to thread and put it through the tension, you always want the foot up. It releases this whole tension thing so you can get your thread in there. So I'd go in here and I'd string it here through here, back up and string it back through here, and then down in here and bring it up this way, and make sure you pull real hard to get it up in there because there's like a little lever in there. And then you put it through the uptake, which this is the uptake that pulls it through, and you can then put it through there, then here, and then in the needle, and then down in the needle, in this little slot in the needle. Now it does have a threader, but I really never liked threaders. Ever since I got my eyes fixed, I can see that hole with no problem. Then whenever you get ready to sew, you want to make sure this is down, so that's way the material won't go all over the place and go straight across. If you decide you're going to do a bobbin, now these are really cool because these ones here have they fold down. These right here, they fold down. So, you know, if you wanted to run a bobbin, you can actually run a bobbin. If you did run a bobbin, and because it's called an automatic, you can leave it. You don't have to unscrew this part. You can leave it and put your thread here for the machine, and then go up through here and come down, and then get another one picked up, put another bobbin on here, and then when you do your bobbin, you got to go this way and circle around this little guy here, and then back down here, and then you click it in, and then you can disengage it, or you can leave it run while you're sewing. You just have to watch it so it don't get caught down inside the wheel gear, okay? But that's, I mean, everybody has their own way of thinking of how they want to do this, but that's the proper way. And I make sure I put this in the right one. Okay, so technically it's supposed to be threaded through this little hole, then down into this hole. I just didn't want to do it. It's just too much threading. This thing takes a lot of threading and how to figure it out. If you use anything heavier, like a really heavy tapestry type of thread, and this thing is not going to adjust right, it's just going to basically pull the thread right back out, because this needs to be adjusted, and I can't adjust it because I can't get it off there. And lately, like a lot of people ask me all the time, well, why can't you? Well, see, this hand doesn't close anymore. This is how good I can close it. That's arthritis. It's starting to build, and it runs in my family on both sides. This hand still works great, so this one does most of the work. But the other one I can't close anymore, so I gave up on trying. So anyway, right now we're on 0. This is your width. This is how you get your zigzag to work, but that's your width, okay? This is your length, okay? And this thing turns right here because this is your reverse. I don't know if you can't see it, but anyway, this is your reverse. This is your width. And this here, you have to make sure you push up a little bit extra to make sure it goes up, because it's still kind of sticking, but it's not that bad. Actually, I think last time it did it itself, I watched it go up when I turned it back to 0. So let's go ahead and let it run so you can see how it's doing. It's really quiet since I got all the oil where it's supposed to be at. And then you hit the reverse. Here's your reverse. So I'm going to push this down. I'm going to reverse it. And go forward again. And go up. I'm going to take this up here. And there you go. I got it on number 3. But it's doing 2-ply denim. I'm going to put this back here. Like this. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it. You just turn this little guy here, and I'm going to turn it to... It's making this go down. That means it's going to zigzag. And let's just do it to 2, okay? And then we're going to see it zigzag. Come on. Sometimes you might have to push the hand wheel down a little bit to get it going. And there's your zigzag. Not breaking at all. You can reverse it and zigzag. And then back forward. Like this, pull it up, and there it is again. And still working great on the bottom. It's not doing any pulling. It's not doing anything strange. And now, I'm going to go ahead and move this up like this. And you can see the lever moving, and I always just kind of give it a couple taps just to make sure, because it does stick a little bit, but not as bad as it used to be. And now it should go straight stitch. There you go. And that's what you want it to do. Now I'm going to put it down, because when you travel, you always want this down so it doesn't break the hub. Break the hub. I don't know if this company will still work on these older machines or not, but sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. So I'm not going to say they won't, but I'm just saying that's, but I'm just saying that's what you should do. This one came with a manual. The lady's going to come back and pick it up. She wanted to know when I was going to get it done. I told her, well, as soon as I can get myself remotivated to work on it. I've been having difficulties in my chicken house and my in my greenhouse, and trying to make the chicken a greenhouse, because there's just, I don't know, from snakes to the bigger chickens digging themselves out. I'm saying, okay, we're going to stop that. I purposely put the large chicken house on top of a large rooted from a tree, and the area where they're digging out at has no roots or no trees going through it, so they figured out they can go deeper. And so I was out there in the backyard working, and I wouldn't let them out, and there was their heads popping out. You know, when that happens and a raccoon happens upon them, they're going to get yanked out or, you know, bitten their heads off. So I don't want them to do that anymore. So that's why I decided to turn the greenhouse into a chicken house, greenhouse, chicken house, so they can go in and eat greens, and they'll leave everything else alone. That's my goal. Anyway, so I've been spending a lot of time on that. My husband says he wants me to stay indoors. It's too hot to be outside working. But I wait till the shade gets over that part of the garden, and I'm okay. But, you know, just a little hot, but not that hot. But I have to let the chickens out because they need to get moving and walk around, and it's cooler if they go in their areas that I set up for them. Anyway, but this sewing machine overall, the only thing I don't like about the sewing machine is the bobbin thing, where it's pulled out this way, but it goes in this way, and it's really hard. You have to lay the sewing machine down in order to get it in there. That's the only thing I hate about this machine. Other than that, the sewing machine works really great. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. It wasn't really dirty. It was more kind of like sticky, old oil, sticky kind of feeling. I did find a little bit of thread, but not much. But I can't seem to find what I always give everybody a little, you know, a little baggie. So I use these little baggies right here, and I give them a little baggie full of dirt and stuff that I get out of the sewing machine, so people can see what's going on in the sewing machine. They better understand why they need to get their machine serviced. But for some reason, I don't know what I did with it. I hope my husband didn't see it and throw it away. Oh boy. Anyway, but I got a bunch of sewing machines finished for people. I just gotta make their video next. So I just wanted to show you guys this machine is awesome. And it has this little compartment in here that you can change like gearage thing, and I didn't really read about that, but that's interesting. It's almost like the positive negative to make things wider, bigger, smaller kind of thing, but I didn't really get into reading that. I just wanted to make sure this sewing machine was, you know, working better for the customer. So if you ask me anything else about the sewing machine and I might have not gone over it with you, I can't give you too much information. I only read the book for what I needed for the sewing machine, but I didn't really do too much, and I can't really show you anything after that goes home to somebody else. So it's not my sewing machine, it's someone else's sewing machine. So if you're going to ask questions about where's this, where's that, I can't tell you. I mean, I could try to remember. I could take a picture of it or something, or you just contact me through Facebook on Jacqueline's Affordable Sewing Machine Care, and, you know, text me a picture. Don't text me a video. I won't be able to see the video. For some reason Facebook's gotten kind of weird that way. But you can text me pictures and point at things, and then I can point back at you and tell you where it's at. But really don't know how to explain it better than that. But just try not to, you know, ask me questions. I don't have the machine in front of me anymore. The machine's already back to their customer. So this, right now I have it, but I don't going to have it pretty soon. Anyway, have a blessed day. Talk to you later. Bye.